Today, we gather to celebrate remarkable academic and humanitarian achievements that uplift and inspire communities around the world.
A man WHO facilitates with words, actions, and smiles. Hasib Khan is a renowned actor, an exceptional teacher, and a smiling optimistic Pakistani who believes in the power of creating new ideas. Also an actor, he is known for his comedy in Inspector Koji, Timmy G, and his role in Ranja Ranja Kardi in the web series Mrs. and Mr. Shamam gave audience a new dimension to understand his versatility. His experience of public speaking has put his name in the book The Changemakers, where he stands among 33 most influential public speakers and personal development leaders of Pakistan. He has been the brand ambassador of brands like MCB, Kenwood, Superior University, Lay's, PROTEXTAMEER, Pakistan, and DOSTEA, to name a few. He has been the master of the ceremony of different corporate events and academic conferences. He creates his passionate presence with his words, smile, and energy. It has been 26 years of teaching, 22 years of acting, 10 years of training, motivational speaking, and 16 years of hosting. His ideology is to live the moment and add value in every work he does. This event host will be Professor Dr. Arshad Ali, Vice President of Hera Foundation USA, and whose leadership and dedication have brought this event to fruition. Today's ceremony will feature the conferment of doctorate degrees and certificates to distinguished individuals who have made significant contributions both.
Thank you very much for this honor. I am really grateful to all the people for this love that you have given me. I am Hasib Khan ji. My full name is Hasib Mohammed bin Qasim Khan, and that was because of the reasons that most of the time my father used to say that Mohammed bin Qasim ने 16 साल की उम्र में सिंध फतह किया और मेरे बेटे से मैट्रिक नहीं हो रहा. तो हमारे लिए that was the idea most of the time, but what we feel it. I am very proud in saying myself that I am a teacher by choice, not by fate. Most of the time when we talk about Pakistan, here we believe that teachers are mostly coming up with that idea that they do everything, they try everything, and when nothing goes right, they come up with that particular point that now I want to be a teacher. Well, Bernard Shaw has said most of the time, one who can does, one who cannot teaches. That's another point. But onto the other side, we believe in that in Pakistan, if we want to change the education system, we need to have the right people for the right job. And in most of the time, in most of the schools that we hail from and we talk about, the ladies who start teaching there in those schools, they believe in those ideas that the family says that you are not allowed to go to any other corporate site, but you can teach. And this is the only thing that is, I believe, a question mark on the side of everyone. That why, if a person does not want to be a teacher, why are you forcing her to be a teacher? Because of that gender specificity, that you find out that, okay, being a lady, you will be more comfortable with the students and you will be taking care of all the students. I don't believe in that, because it's been 27 years of teaching to the males and the females, and I believe that being a friend of your students, they give a lot of comfort zone to the students. But I think having an impact on the minds of the people, it is the thing to be taken care of. Because on a lighter note, I always say कि हमारे मुल्क में सिर्फ 2 लोगों को ठीक होना है, बाकी सब अपने इंडिविजुअली हैं. एक हमारे मौलवी हजरात जिनके साथ जो रिलीजन को जिस तरीके से, जिस प्यार से पढ़ाया जाता है, और दूसरे टीचर्स. और अगर आप सब्जेक्ट, if you are not attracting the students in your own subject, you need to have a question mark on your competency. I believe you find out, you say that the student is not working hard. I believe the teacher has not worked hard for that. So that is just, we want to see things from a different lens. And the lens is of optimism, and the lens is of really what solutions we can give to the people here. I think I have this is a platform where I can say all things here. I started out with my PhD degree, and with my PhD, and then I left the PhD degree, and I said, my chairman said, why did you do so? And I said there was no teacher who had inspired me. When I am doing my PhD and no one has ever inspired me taking up that I should be a PhD and I should be doing this thing. So I think we ought to have some ideas because everyone talks about his or her research that you have done 20 years before, 30 years before, 15 years or 7 years before. But nobody talks about the innovations that you have to or the students can come up. I wanted to do a PhD in films. And there was nobody that who can make me do a PhD in films. For the reason why, for the sake you won't have the data. Like it doesn't matter. We can have case studies, we can start writing articles on that. But talking about films, talking about media, there was nobody that who could come up and who could just even just make me come up to that level. Yes, I can do a PhD in films. So I think as teachers, what we need to do, we need to just take care of ourselves. And one thing more, most of you would be teachers here. I think the teachers need to come up with that particular thing. You need to love yourself first. How many of you, like just a question, आप में से कितने लोग हैं जो सुबह आज अभी जब यहाँ पे आए हैं तो शीशा देख के आए हैं? Can you raise your hand? कितने लोग हैं? कितने लोग शीशा देख के आए हैं जी? चलो किन्होंने अपनी साथ वाली की आंखों में देख लिया होगा कि जादू कैसा लग रहा हूँ, तो that's fine, अच्छा है. लेकिन शीशा देख के आप में से कितने लोगों ने ये कहा, अरे वाह बहुत अच्छे लग रहे हो यार? When you don't love yourself, आप प्यार दूसरों को क्या सिखाएंगे? तो सबसे पहली चीज अपने आप से, मुझे अभी नदीम साहब कह रहे थे कि ये बहुत हिम्मत चाहिए पिंक पहनने के लिए, तो मैंने कहा जी, मैंने जब अपने आप को शीशे में आज देखा तो मैंने कहा यार खान साहब चुम्मी है, आपको बहुत अच्छे लग रहे हैं. तो that's what I believe in myself, and I make myself clear with this fact that yes, if you think you can, you can. And that is what we need to make our students understand. I have a son who is 18 years of age, and my talking with that particular gentleman most of the time is on the basis of logics. And we need to give that logic to the people, to the youngsters, that what is the why of that particular thing that we are talking about? What is the why of our life? And on a lighter note, I always say to the youngsters, what is the why of your life? And they don't have a question, they don't have an answer for that. So I say, you don't know about the why of your life, क्योंकि why से पहले क्या आता है? X. तो मेरा X और मेरी X के अंदर बचे रहती है जिंदगी. अगर आप वहां से, X is normally the past. And if you are in your past, the shackles of the past, you won't be able to come up to that level where you want to be. And about 2-3 years back, I was invited to the TED Talk there at International School Lahore. And I think that there were many students who were there who were telling the stories of how they were harassed and molested. And I said, why to talk about this thing? You need to move forward. And when you are talking about with all those ideas, this is the optimism that education gives. For example, I come up with that idea that is I am Hasib, H-A-S-E-E-B. So I think myself I am honest, I am very sure I am adorable, then I am S with sensitive, E is emotional, E is energetic, and B is bold. That's what I think of myself. My name has a different connotation, what my parents have given that name to me. But what, as a personality, I take that name in front of the people, that is always my persona that I have to give to the people also the time. When it comes to education, ladies and gentlemen, that is got with the same letters that I have come up with. E, you need to make your children come up with the etiquettes that you have to make them cite. When the opposite gender comes in, everyone needs to stand up. It is not about anybody that my daughter enters my room. I just stand up for my daughter. So that is what makes the other people. That is what makes the other people believe on that point. Okay? You give that respect to your daughter from your house and then expect the rest from the world. So we don't give those things there and we expect the world to do all those things. I think that is really a question mark on everybody, whatever you want to be doing. Then, meeting etiquettes, talking etiquettes, when we, just as a human being, when I take my class or the students, I say, I will be just giving you marks on 5 attributes. The number 1 is how you dress up. The number 2 is how you walk. the number 3 is how you sit, number 4 is how you talk, and number 5 is how you smell. So these are the models, these are the 5 points that you need to make your children come up to that level. On to that point, yes, this is an important thing. My son is doing his arts, his A levels, is doing his media, arts and business. And he said, Kiti, I am an artist, so I have to remain. मैं वैसे 2 दिन ना नहाऊं, मैं कहा नहीं, आपको नहाना है क्योंकि आप जिंदा रहें, और आपको नहाना है क्योंकि आपके साथ वाले भी जिंदा रहें. तो हमारे लिए बहुत चीजें इंपॉर्टेंट है, हमें उस तरह से भी अपने आइडियाज को देखना पड़ता है. The D of education, I believe, is the dare to do different. When I was in my metric, I started up with the idea that I wanted to be an aeronautical engineer because it sounds very nice, aeronautical. So when I said what I had to study in aeronautical engineers, I said, this is not